Hey guys, it's Kevin and Frank from Cruising with Wheels, and today...
Excuse me.
What?
I have a question.
What's your question?
Well, I have a question I want answered about a cruise.
Oh, okay. And I think we probably could handle that.
You can?
I think so, because you know what today is? Another episode of our Q&A. Our first question comes from Rick, and it's a question about the NCL Bliss.
And he writes, looking forward to a little R&R in the observation lounge.
Ooh, yeah.
Can anyone who sailed the Bliss please tell me if they have a blanket station in the lounge, or should I bring a blanket/comforter from my room?
Oh, we sailed. We've been on the Bliss.
We've sailed, and I don't know why you want to bring a blanket or a comforter.
Because it sounds like you're going to mosey on your chair or lounger to the window, get your pillow and blanket out, and fall asleep. Now, didn't we talk about that?
Yes, and it's very comfortable
It is.
in the lounge.
Yes.
It is not, in my opinion, it is not too cold and it's not too hot. It was just right. And I'm always cold. No, there isn't a blanket station.
Sorry.
And 2, I don't think you need to bring a blanket. And 3,
Don't be dragging your bed comforter for the ship to the observation lounge.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I would skip the blanket, personally. But anyways, people ask the darndest things.
To each his own.
Right.
Who's the next one?
The next one comes from Brandon Smith, and he is a new member to your group, I believe.
Oh, my NCL Free Speech Cruisers Facebook page.
Link in the description below if you're interested. And he writes, hey, Kevin and Frank. Why is he writing to me?
Because.
But he writes, hey, Kevin and Frank, as a fellow gay traveler, how were the ports in Alaska? Did you feel welcome? Or were there an abundance of homophobes looking to book a trip on the Joy next year?
That's right, because the NCL Joy is coming across from China, and it's going to be positioned as another Alaska cruise ship.
It's the sister ship of the Bliss. I think the Joy is a little bit smaller, not by much.
Yeah, a tad.
A smidge. And what did you think about the ports? I thought they were fine.
I thought the ports were great. I thought the people were great. I thought the tours were great. The people on the tours were great. And we didn't feel uncomfortable.
Not at all.
We didn't experience or witness any kind of homophobia or anything like that. But again, that was on our sailing, that week of that group of people. So, we can't blanket and say it might never happen, it might happen. It depends. I mean, we've been on other sailings where we've run into bigots, as you all know, from my Tales from the High Seas episode, Bigots Ahoy, where we've run into several homophobes. So you don't know. You hope not. But if you do, I'm sure you'll figure out how to handle that.
That's right. So our next question comes from Roberta, and she writes, has anyone taken a mobility scooter on a plane? I would like to take a cruise out of Florida. I live in New Hampshire. Thanks for any help.
Okay, so Roberta Delisle wants to know, can she bring her scooter?
We're assuming she has her own scooter. I wanted to say first that if she does not, she needs to check with the cruise lines to see what company they prefer you use or require you to use.
Right, because there's several companies like Scooter Round. What's the other one? Something at Sea?
Special Needs at
Sea. But certain cruise lines only deal with maybe one specific company. So if you're traveling on NCL might only deal with this one. Carnival might only deal with that one. So always check with them first.
Right. So if you don't own your scooter and you're going to rent it, please check with your
Right.
cruise line, but you're going to have to check with the cruise line and the airline
Right.
if you own your scooter to make sure that you can bring that
That's right.
scooter because they have restrictions.
They have restrictions, and most of the restrictions with scooters involve the battery in terms
Right.
of if your scooter is powered by
a wet cell,
a wet cell
a
battery.
dry cell.
Right. Wet cell batteries are a no-no.
Well,
On most of the airlines.
on
but
most
again,
of the
check-
airlines,
check
but
with
you
them.
have to check with
Yes.
your airline and you have to check with your
Right. And then it's the size
line.
of the scooter.
right. So I mean, there's a lot of things that
right.
are variables that are going to go into that. So we can't really
I can't
say
give
yes
you
or
a
no.
blanket answer.
Because are you traveling on Delta? Are
Right.
you traveling on
Southwest.
Southwest? Are you
JetBlue.
on JetBlue? Are you going to take EasyJet? Are you going to? I mean, it really there are a sea full of variables.
Right, your mother flew down to Florida on Allegiant, which
Right.
is a no frills.
And maybe it'll be okay on the airline, but
Right.
it won't be okay on the cruise ship.
Right, so you need to
So you need to do your
due diligence
due
and
diligence.
say if this is your scooter and you own it and that's what you use at home, then of course you're going to be well versed in the dimensions and the dynamics of what you own.
Correct.
And you're going to be able to relay that to the cruise line and the airline.
Our next question comes from Casey, and Casey says, we are thinking about a cruise that includes the ABC Islands. Has anyone been on one? Are they worth it?
Right. Now, also, we will answer that because we have. But a big question comes up from a lot of cruisers or wannabe cruisers that say, I've heard of the ABC Islands. What does that mean? What's an ABC Island?
Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao.
That's right.
A, B, C.
That's right. Those are 3 islands.
And they're right near each other.
That's right. They're a part of the Southern Caribbean off the coast of South America.
So Venezuela?
Venezuela.
Close to
That is
Venezuela.
correct. Yep, very close. Hop, skip, and a jump. And we have been there. We
Most of them are Dutch owned. Or Dutch, would you say owned?
protectorates.
Protectorates. Okay.
We that was our NCLJ cruise last October was Southern Caribbean, ABC Islands. I had been to the ABC Islands prior to that back in.
So Casey,
Yeah.
watch those vlogs,
Yeah.
Casey. I'll have a link above.
Yeah, so watch our NCLJ cruise 2017, and you can get
We loved it.
Love the ABC. Which of the ABCs are our favorite? I would say Curacao.
I would say Bonaire.
You just love the donkeys.
I love the donkeys. I love Bonaire. The people were great.
Yes.
But I liked Aruba, too. So I mean,
Aruba has great beaches.
they have great beaches,
I thought Curacao was the
great
cutest.
casinos.
Because there was the cutest port in terms of scenery and buildings and color. And I do remember that back in my 2002 or 3 when I was there on an Atlantis cruise.
Loved Curacao.
Atlantis Gate cruise. The entire island was set up with rainbow flags. Every storefront, restaurant had
They know where their bread is buttered.
Had a rainbow flag on the outside of their establishment. The town put together for the cruise ship. Again, you got 2,000 plus gay men and women descending on Curacao, and they had a big party in the center of town.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so they were very welcoming, and that's why I love Curacao and have very fond memories. So who's our next one?
Our next comes from Ann Driscoll.
And what does Ann want?
Well, Ann says, does anyone know if you can request alternative bedding materials in any room type? On her last few cruises, she was very uncomfortable with the smell and texture of the bedding. She thinks it may have polyester in it or have a crude weave. I don't know what a crude weave is.
I don't know, but I think I want to know.
Do you think NCL could accommodate a request for pure linen flax, Giza, Sea Island cotton, etc.? If not, next time I'll think about taking my own. I'd also prefer an eider down pillow and not that neck-cricking synthetic type. The sheets made me so itchy, I think I could very well claim I had an allergy. Is this the sort of thing the Haven would say is no problem? Well,
a multitude of answers.
Multitude of questions, multitude of answers. Because I really don't know if they can accommodate with sheets and bedding different.
Right, and I know that when you get into the upper levels of, let's say, suites,
Upper level
or
suites,
Haven,
they offer pillow menus, right?
Right.
Pillow menus.
Yeah, and
So your pillow problem would be solved,
Yes.
but I don't know about the sheets because
I don't know if you're gonna get accommodated on some expensive Egyptian cotton, whatever thread count.
And I don't think the problem was with the sheet per se. Because I've seen, at least on the sailings that we've been on, we've looked at those tags. I've looked at it, and they're cotton.
Yes, because Kevin is a sheet snob.
I'm a sheet snob. They are cotton. They are 700 or 800 thread count, so they're a high thread count. But I think maybe you're allergic to the detergent they use to clean.
Possible.
It's possible.
It could be a multitude of things. But most of the comments from this question was, and the response from most of the other cruisers were, bring your own.
Yeah, I would say bring your own. We know people that bring their own pillows, right?
Right.
We always think it's a little weird, but hey, if that's what you want to do, do it.
You know how you are.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to be on a cruise with, oh my God, I didn't sleep all week.
Exactly.
Because, I'm used to my pillow, and I had to deal with their pillow. I'm miserable, I'm tired, I didn't sleep. I felt like I'm going to rip my skin off. This bedding is making me itchy. If you know yourself, then bring your own.
I will give you a suggestion though, with regards to sheets. If you are going to bring your own sheets, you need to, if you're going to be in a double situation where you're sleeping with your husband, wife, partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, or if you're going to be sailing in a single, right? So whatever bed size you're going to be sleeping in, you need to bring flat sheets, not fitted.
Yeah.
Because very often these mattresses are specially made for the cruise lines, and they're curved on the edges, and a fitted will not fit properly.
Right, and remember, they're two separate beds that are put together.
Correct.
And that's another issue, to make the one size bed.
Right. So I would check all of those things out first. You can also make a quick phone call to the special needs department and ask them.
I know.
If
you don't ask, you don't get.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's been asked before.
I'm sure it has. I'm sure it's a very common question. So what's the next one? Next one's from Dina Ebeling.
And Dina writes, assistance! I'm leaving for the Mediterranean cruise this week on the NCL Epic. Best way for me to get euros. ATM in Rome. Do the taxis take credit cards, or do I need cash?
Oh boy, well.
That's a lot of questions.
My experience was way back in 2006, and if I remember correctly, we all converted some of our American money at an ATM machine into euros at the airport.
Wow.
So that's what we did. But that was back then. But you can get a conversion
I do all
at
the banking.
home.
I do all the banking, and I did convert to euros before I went. But the issue is she's leaving in a week. So she's not going to be able to do it through her bank probably.
It takes time to order that.
Yeah. With our banks that we've done it with, way back then it was 2 weeks. And I know I recently asked, and it was a 2-week turnaround. And
you can't just walk in and go, here you go, convert.
So if you're going to need to convert and get some euros, which we always suggest, taking some cash with you, don't always count on your credit cards. You're going to need to do that at the airport, but your rates aren't going to be that great.
Right.
Or you're going to have to wait until you get into into Rome itself and take it out of an ATM.
Right.
But then you're going to have to pay a transaction fee, a foreign transaction fee for that. Or you could go to an American Express location and convert euros there. And also, very often, the cruise ships at their guest services will convert money for you too. As far as the taxis are concerned, when I was there, none of the taxis took credit cards. But the last time I was there was in 2006. It may have changed. I prefer not to really use my credit cards in Europe, personally.
But if anyone's been there recently,
Comment
please
below.
comment below. We want to know the
Let us
taxi
know.
situation.
I do think you need cash, because your
Yeah.
last part of your question was, do I need cash? I think you need to bring cash with you. I think if you don't have cash with you when you're on the ship, you need to convert it while you're on the ship so you have a little bit when you get off.
Yeah, you got to have something.
You got to have something with you, because you don't know the laws. And maybe just a card in your pocket isn't considered cash. And vagrancy laws.
Yeah.
Remember, you used to have to carry around
You
a
have
dollar.
Something.
Yeah.
So who's our next one?
What's the next one say?
It's
Salila?
Ciliala Castillo. Is the free at sea offers really free? I hear there's service charges and gratuity charges for restaurants and beverage packages. I'm concerned about the hidden costs. Can't find information on NCL website. Looking to book first cruise ever. Alaska cruise on the Bliss. By the way, love your videos. Well, thank you. But you know what? I did a video already on that called Hidden Charges.
Yeah, I will link that above, but
Let's go over it,
let's
yeah.
answer her question, because it could be perceived two ways. It could be perceived that, yes, it's free, and it could be perceived as, no, I'm being ripped off because I'm being charged service fees.
Right.
So the free at sea promotion will include, you're asking about the beverage package and the restaurant
Right.
package. So you'll get your free meals,
Right.
and you'll get your free drinks.
Right.
But you are going to have to pay for those service charges and gratuities.
Right.
So the package part is free, but the gratuities and service charges are not. It's a nominal fee. It's very.
Well,
it's not that much.
Can we talk about what we're doing on the getaway in November? Because we've got a free package. We've got the free dining.
We've got the free
We've got
dining. So the dining was free, but we had to pay like $19 or something for the gratuities slash service
I
charges.
can tell you, with the dining package we got free. With the beverage package we got free. The charges that we had to pay for gratuities was about $249.
Yeah, I did. For me, I think it's a value. I think it's a good deal.
That's and that's based on 8-day, 7-night cruise and NCL getaway. Because we got that was part of the Take 5 promotion.
Yeah,
that we
something like
purchased,
that.
And we got the beverage, we got the dining, shore excursions.
Internet.
Internet and third and fourth person free in your cabin.
Which we didn't do.
We didn't avail
But,
ourselves
um,
of. So we got the free stuff, but yeah, it's going to cost us $249 as part of our cruise fare booking price.
So I say, yes, it's free. It's free because you're not having to pay $400 a person for the package.
Right.
Right?
Now, what people get upset about is when I'm on board and I'm ordering that Cosmo, I've already paid gratuities on the package.
So don't pay them.
So
They put, see, now when you get that little card, or that little receipt rather, it's going to have a spot on there for a tip. Draw a line.
right.
Don't leave it. That's up to you. That's
is
your
up to you.
discretion. Occasionally I will tip more. Occasionally I do not.
Right.
Because when we have the drink package, we've already paid the gratuities. they're already getting their gratuity.
That's right.
So it depends.
But if
If it's the best Cosmo I've ever had,
yeah.
he's getting an extra
That's
tip.
right. And if you're at the bar and you're here and you're going to spend the night and it's crowded, and you want to make sure that this bartender isn't going to pass you by when you want to order another drink, a lot of cruisers, like, I tip him well, and when I lift my empty glass, he's running over to me to go, get you another one, because he knows you're a good tipper, and you want your drink, he wants a tip. It's a really good relationship.
And I get it, because I work for tips. I've been in the service industry for a million years, and, you know, I basically just want the price of the service I'm providing, and any tip is just woohoo,
Right.
you know, extra. But if I've already prepaid for tips, I don't see the value, or I don't see the need, rather, to tip extra when we're on the ship. But that being said, I do it.
Because that is a bone of contention for a lot of cruisers that
How
are going, how much more?
topic.
Right, how much more tipping do I have to do? And then there's the whole topic of I have to prepay gratuities before I sail. That's a lot of BS. A lot of people think. What if I get on board and the service is crap?
I know.
And those gratuities that you prepay before you go to front of the house and back of the house people. Mm-hmm. So, you know, if you say, well, I didn't get good service at this dinner at La Cucina, you're going to withdraw your tips? Well, what about the dishwashers? And what about the prep people? And what about all those behind-the-scene people? You're screwing out of their tips. And then they're like, well, that's not my problem. Well, you know, they don't get paid, as far as I'm concerned, well enough. So don't take their tips away.
I agree. So what's the last one?
The last one is from Taiwan Days. And they say, do you know if it has to be purchased by everyone in the stateroom? And I think they're referring to the Wi-Fi package.
Oh, it says the drink package.
No, it's saying similar to the drink package. Does the Wi-Fi package have to be purchased by everyone in the stateroom? And also, can it be used to generate a hotspot?
Well,
let's talk about that.
Yeah, he must have been commenting on
the Wi-Fi,
our internet package video that we did. And in answer to your question, we're going to say no. It does not have to be purchased by everyone in the stateroom. However, it can only be used on one device at a time. You must log in and log out if you're going to put it on another device. And no, you cannot generate a hotspot with it. So, there you go.
Yeah, so you buy it for you.
Right.
And if you want to use it,
you
log in on your cell phone, but you got to log out if you're going back to your cabin, and we're going to log in on your laptop, so it's strictly for you.
Or if you're gonna, you're gonna be on it, and the wife is gonna jump on, or the husband is gonna jump on, that's fine. Log in, log out, whatever. But it's one device. It goes to that device, and you cannot use it as a hotspot. If you do, they'll shut off your package, and they'll still charge you for it.
That's for sure. No refunds.
Yep. And what is the last thing?
Well, the last thing
that we're going to address.
The last thing we're going to talk about and address, it's a follow-up. And it's a follow-up to the previous video we did on Princess drink packages.
What was that, last Tuesday?
Yes, explained. And so, curses, Princess, when you are changing your policies when we're in the middle of doing a video. But thankful to our roving cruise reporters who just are getting off a Princess cruise ship.
Well, we should tell them that sometimes we film some of our videos ahead of time.
Well, of course, yeah, we film.
Which a lot of people think or don't realize that we do that. They think that we're actually sitting here talking live.
That day it's uploaded. No, our videos are filmed week or weeks in advance.
So in the meantime, Princess has made some changes to their drink policies from what our roving reporters have said.
According to CubFan63, just got off the Ruby Princess September 29th, and they had purchased the Premier Beverage Package. Beverage packages can be bought within the first 2 days on the ship.
But you can purchase it on the ship, which we didn't say in the video. But if you pre-purchase it, you get a deep discount.
You get the discount.
So you won't get that on the ship.
It's, they said both passengers in the cabin do not have to buy and can be just one of the passengers. And
So
we've
that's
heard this,
new.
That's new. We've heard that from multiple people saying, "Oh yeah, they don't force you to buy every adult in the cabin to buy it." So that's new, and that is different from the other cruise lines. Also, most alcoholic drinks are $12 or less, because they talk about a $12 cap. And if you buy a $15 drink, you're going to be charged the full $15, not the difference that we thought.
Now, the only thing about her comment, or his comment, is that ending sentence. Because we've had conflicting reports from different people. So what we're going to assume, and I know assume's a nasty word, is that it's going to vary from ship to ship on how they handle that particular part of the policy. Because at the same time, we had comments or messages from people that said that they do indeed just charge you the additional price.
Yeah. I just think
I find it hard to believe that they would.
If you order a $14 drink, they're going to go, "Oh, well, that's not covered on your package. I'm not going to charge you the difference of $2. You're going to have to pay the whole $14, or just buy a $12 drink from this list." That's kind of nasty.
So we're waiting for Princess to get back to us.
Yeah.
I sent them an email.
Okay.
So.
Also, a conflict came up regarding the coffee thing. A coffee card versus card is gone.
Oh,
So let's talk about that.
That has changed too. They no longer give you a coffee card. They put the drinks, I guess, the drink count on your Sail Inside card. And it is only valid for that sailing.
And so,
and previously, which we didn't mention in the drink video that we produced, but previously you were able to use that coffee card for coffee and ice cream or gelato on the ships. But we knew that had changed, so we didn't mention that. But
we got comments.
We got comments saying that
cones, coffee and cones.
Coffee and cones, you can still use it.
But
I don't know if it's true or not. We do not know.
Say it is now electronically on your card, no paper punch card, and you can, if you don't use it, you lose it now because you can't bring it to your next Princess sailing, and that's changed as well.
And the cones part, what we found, was done away with in 2017. That's why we didn't mention it. So we don't know.
Lord, what is going on? We need updates from our roving reporters like CubFan63. Please comment below if you're just getting off a Princess cruise ship.
And you purchased one of these packages. But we want to remind everybody that we are on Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram.
And remember, if you're just watching our videos on YouTube and you're not a regular subscriber to the Cruising with Wheels family, hit that subscribe button, and next to it, hit that little bell, because you know what? You're going to get automatic notifications when our YouTube videos go live, because we post every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday morning videos.
And there's benefits to being a subscriber.
Yes, there is.
We do drawings regularly. We have one coming up. We're just cresting. We're almost to that 6,000 subscriber mark. And when we get there, we're going to do a big old drawing.
That's right. We usually do a drawing every 1,000 subscribers. We're coming up. Certainly before we leave on our getaway cruise, we're going to hit in a couple of weeks probably 6,000 subscribers. So yeah, and if you're already a regular subscriber on YouTube, make sure you are with us, subscribing, following us on Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat and
Facebook.
because
that gets you an additional entry.
That's right. Then you'll have 5 entries.
And for every like you do and every share of our video, you get an extra too. So keep liking our videos, thumbs up in them,
right.
sharing them. If you do a review on our Facebook, or I think they call it a mention now. I don't know. They're making all these changes to the social media.
Can't keep up with everything going on social media.
So if you do a review, that'll get you an extra entry too.
Woo!
So until next time, we do want to remind you to always
travel safe
and cruise often.